Oh yes, we have a super hot crop ripening up down there. Greetings from the chilly jungle. It's all a bit ramshackle and out of control in here. Can't do much about it owing to lack of time, but it's going well. My camera a bit, don't mind the finger. No, it's just the glare from the sun. I'm hiding out in the greenhouse because it's quite windy outside. The storm is passing. What was it, Storm Amy this weekend has hit the UK. We're normally fairly sheltered on our sort of east coast area, but it does get to us. I'm glad to see we've got... No, I was a bit worried because I closed all these windows in the greenhouse, and I thought the winds coming through the open top of that door could cause us some trouble. I think I've got like an exposure lock on, right? Let me see if I can turn that off. Okay, that is looking a bit better. What was I saying? I closed the windows on this the other night to capture more warmth in here, and I was worried that the big winds would sort of smack them up and down and break the glass. Most of this is polycarbonate, but the three windows in the roof are glass. But they're all good and intact, so no worries, no worries. Yeah, anyway, chilies are going along nicely. We'll start harvesting some more soon. We're here just for some harvesting today. We've just got back from being down Cambridge way to meet up with some friends and have a lunch and drop them some of our quinces. Oh, look what I just found. I was wondering where they got to. I am such a forgetful gimp. Right, anyway, I'm going to wander out into the slightly windier conditions outside. Hopefully it's not too bad. It has died down a lot. So, as I'm sure I covered in the previous video, we have harvested all the quince now, thus dropping off some quince to friends in Cambridge. And today we're here to harvest some tomatoes, as always. Always more tomatoes to harvest. I think it's time to harvest a couple of those high chonkers over there. And maybe also pick up the pumpkins. So harvest tomatoes, harvest pumpkins. Maybe there's a little bit of watering to do. Oh, there's a potato exposed and green on the surface there. That's not what we want. Oh, there's a few exposed potatoes. Oh, that's not good. Hopefully there's some non-exposed ones underneath. That's you can see there. There's another one there. A couple more over there. Not ideal. Oh well. Look, they were a good size too. Such is life. But yeah, definitely going to harvest the pumpkins now and get them onto a warm windowsill for a couple of weeks. So we've got the Queensland Blue. There's a Waltham butternut back there. A little Burgess buttercup there. An Uchikikuri here. Next to the Uchikikuri is another Burgess buttercup. A great big chonker of a Waltham butternut. Two more Waltham butternuts hiding over here. I think there might be something else like a Burgess buttercup. I can see it down there. Yeah, it's one, you probably can't quite see that, but there's a Burgess buttercup underneath these tomatillos. And if we look over here, you'll see that there's another Queensland Blue. There. So yeah, good stuff going on. The beans are all collapsed, of course. These winds have not helped. And yeah, what's next? Have a wander over that way as well. These little bush beans are growing. I can see some flowers on there, so we may yet get a bush bean crop. Only really need a bean or two for a stir fry, and that's been worth doing. Kales in their cage are growing. We could actually be harvesting some of that. We're not big kale users. We probably should be. Looking good in the coriander department down here. New coriander seed we planted just the other day is there. And one thing we've just been discussing is that we're going to have to start clearing these beds, really. Especially all these old beetroot. These need to go. The celeriac over there has not done much, unfortunately. It's not really swelled up. But the thing is, these beds need to become our garlic beds very soon. So we need to make sure we're ready for garlic Yeah, so look, this is a common situation with the celeriac this year. It's just lots of leaf, looking good, smelling good, but no bulb at the base. So that's not great. This is pretty much just junk. That was supposed to be covering some, what do you call it, Chimadarapa, but it's basically just some field beans that have grown from the beans that were there, and some tomatillos. Tomatillo is one of our common weeds on this plot these days. All of these potatoes need to be pulled out, but that's a job for another day. And this is mooli down here. We may have a mooli to harvest. Oh yeah, we definitely have a mooli to harvest. We should probably start harvesting some mooli. Yeah, all good. So anyway, we've got some bits and pieces. Yesterday we went to the tip and got rid of an old oven and found there's a shop at the tip. Oh no. And this is a nice folding nearly down thing. I don't know if I can, I can do it by one hand. I'm going to have to put the camera down maybe. Oh, hear me. Anyway, there's the idea. I'm a little bit heavy for it maybe. We'll see. As long as I don't jump up and down on it, I think we'll be okay. And this was only £5, which is good. Or £4, I think. One of the two. I don't know how much this was. It was a couple of quid. It's an old vise, which I'm going to find a bench to attach to. Replace the old MDF that's there. Got a vise, so that's awesome. We've got all of our compost and the coffee grounds in the brown bin from work, so we're going to get that on top of the compost here. Oh, I think Kat has just noticed our back fence has fallen down. Oh, I see. There was a back fence there. The wind has blown it into the ditch. Okay, I guess that's my first job. Kat, please don't do that. You said you're not here for mucky stuff. Kat's been dressed up to go to Cambridge and meet friends, not for mucking around on the allotment. Whereas I'm just wearing my normal grade of garbage clothes. Anyway, better crack on. I'm just waffling a bit now. We'll get a harvest done. We'll show you the harvest, and that'll be us done for this weekend. We've not got a lot going on because, like I said, we were trekking around. We went to a steampunk fair in King's Lynn yesterday, as well as that tip run. I have processed some quince into not a paste, basically a pulp, which I'm going to use to make a quince cheese. And we have some passata on the stove at home, so we've got to go and handle that stuff really. So just a bit of harvesting here, and then we'll go home and handle some bits and pieces. Okay, let's look at this fence problem. Snappadoodles. Yes, had a bad day in the wind. I have resolved that, given this is a ditch full of mud down the back there, and this is nettles everywhere, and this is what I'm wearing today, that fence is staying exactly the way it is for now. Yeah, I'm going to have to come here with my gumboots on and get down there and wrangle that whole damn thing somehow. Maybe tie some rope to it or something. But yeah, that's staying the way it is for now. No worries. Fun. Right, okay. Harvesting is what we're here for. And just as the rain sets in on us, we're done with this harvest today. So what's going on here? We obviously have gathered up all of our pumpkins, as we call them. Some people might call them squash, I don't know. Back home in Australia, it's all just a pumpkin. The Waltham butternuts, that's a pretty good little crop out of that one plant. And of course this guy is ridiculous. I mean, that is a lot of butternut. 2 Queensland blues, really interesting. They're both from the same plant. This one's really knobbly and this one's a lot smoother. Funny that. The green ones over here are Burgess buttercups, and the orange one is of course the uchikikuri. We have a couple more of them at home, and I think we've got another Waltham butternut at home, or 2. We have of course grabbed any tomatoes that have a decent amount of ripening on them to go in the collection at home, ready for the next batch of passata. And this tray is, well, there's a story here, really, a sad story. We haven't done so well with our garlic this year, which is to say, we had a really good crop. But with one thing and another, and the amount of work we had to do, and all the work we've done on the plot, and life being like what life is, and all of this, we didn't really look after it very well. So it's been sat mostly in containers or hanging in the polytunnel for a long time, and it's not in the best shape. Some of this stuff was harvested a bit late anyway. I think we can peel a lot of this. We'll blend it up and stick it into some cube trays in the freezer or something. So there's this bucket here. So we'll get all that processed and into the freezer in cube trays. There's some buried under here that are not so bad. So we'll have them as normal kitchen garlic, a bit smaller. And of course there's shallots here, the longer shallots. And we've actually got a decent shallot harvest this year, really, compared to last. So that's it. And there's a few onions back there. But yes, we need to up our garlic game this year. And based upon what we've got, we don't really have fantastic seed garlic for our planting. So what we're planning on doing is, I think I mentioned earlier, is shunting things around a bit. So we'll have garlic, usually it's always in that front bed there, but we'll have it in these two beds here, and probably alongside the polytunnel here. So we've got to get all these potatoes out, and that becomes our garlic bed. And then we'll have some patches of garlic here and here as well. And like last year, we'll do polytunnel garlic. So probably down the centre of each polytunnel bed, but definitely down the edges, because they were actually quite good. We'll get some garlics in. But it looks like, unfortunately, this year, we're going to have to buy in quite a bit of seed garlic. But that's okay. I mean, things are not as bad as they were for us financially. So we can afford a bit of seed garlic. And we'll kind of try and work from there and try and build back up our own garlic population, because I think last year we had over 100 of our own garlics growing. We'll see where we go. We'll do the best we can. It's always the case, isn't it? But yeah, that's us done. Haven't really harvested anything from the chili front because, well, we've only got so much time. It's time to get home and get some other things done. So yeah, that's us signing off on this Sunday allotment trip. Might have a little bit of footage of some quince cheese or something. So we had a little bit of shopping. We popped down to Cambridge, like I said earlier. We went to a place called the Bushel Box. There's a farm shop near the village we used to live in, which we like. Great produce there. A lot of their own farm produce, their own apples and everything. And we grabbed some bits and pieces from there, including some fancy cheeses. So I'm probably having some fancy cheeses for dinner. Right, okay, off we go. Well, it is just past 6 p.m. on Thursday, the 9th of October, and I have nipped into the allotment to do a little harvest, because we're going to have curry tonight. Bit of a frozen turkey vindaloo, but I'm going to knock up a quick bhaji with some of these green eggplants we've got here, and probably a bit of the chard. We've got plenty of chard outside. We didn't make it down here on the usual Wednesday trip to harvest like we'd normally do, but oh well. Things are slowish now, so it's not like we're in a mad rush to harvest. Another chunker of a Jersey giant there. We've got more forming up there. I'm going to go do a quick run around with my little snippers which live on the plot now, and do a bit of a side shooting as well while I'm here. But just a quick trip. I'm going to grab some green chilies because they go nicely in the sag bhaji, sag brinjal bhaji even. Out here, bit of this chard for the bhaji, and we're going to be grabbing a good handful of coriander from this, which has grown back quite strongly. Our second row of coriander that we've put in here has not shown any sign of popping up yet. It's possible it's a little too cool now. We'll see. But yeah, so just a quick little one. This will be the ending bit of video for postcard 41, I think it is. Oh, I'm not sure about that, but I think I've just done 40 and then this will be 41. So yeah, not a lot happening. The plants are looking after themselves for the most part. There's loads of these yucky blues. We've used a couple recently. Hopefully they ripen up because they're a nice spicy chili. That good flavour, not amazing flavour, but good. Loads of madravijas forming on this plant, so that's good to see, and they're starting to get a little bit of yellowness, and there's some properly yellow ones down there, so hopefully we'll get a good crop off them, as well as this unknown red variety here. Don't know if there's any more of those tasty I can't see any, the Trinidad perfumes. I can see a little yellow one, don't know if that's visible on the camera. A little bit of yellow right in the middle of the fuzzy screen there. It's not focusing properly. Ah well, doesn't really matter. We'll do a roundup of all the chilies. There are some ricotos forming. Again, maybe a bit late. We'll see what the next few weeks of weather does to us. Once the frost hit, this will all be over. And what I'm glad to say is that there is definitely a good crop of nagas ripening up down there. So we've got our super hots. We've got some. And realistically with super hots, you only need some. But yeah, I'll get my little harvest done. I'll do a little signing off harvest video. I'm not grabbing much. And that'll be it for this one. And we'll see what happens with the weather and if we get more done down here. There's definitely work to do, including fixing that back fence that blew down the other day. And we've got the full back patio area here that needs doing. But easy does it. The key thing is that this season we got all our beds sorted out pretty much. We've got all this extra bed space here. These, 4 beds at the moment, but that double one will become the 5th bed here, so that's good. We got these 2 beds properly surrounded, properly done up as raised beds. We got the big old, as we're calling it, 3 sisters bed working over there, and even this little bit of bed here. And the plan is to actually make that another big bed, so there'll be 2 big bed there, and one of them, probably that one, will have a greenhouse frame built on it we've got stored elsewhere, which will be caged, and that will become a brassica cage. That's the plan. So we've got plenty more plans for this plot, plenty more to do. But the good thing is we've now got to a point where it's nicely productive, and we'll be better out. We will be starting out from a better place next season. Of course, the season doesn't really end. We'll be doing our best to extend it and to get some nice winter growing happening, especially now we've got the greenhouse as well as the polytunnel. Okay, harvesting must happen. And there we go, one bhaji kit. Brinjal, sag, bhaji. Big handful of coriander, green eggplant / brinjal, some green chilies, Kashmiri mirch and some green madravijas, a green capsicum pepper, I'm not sure what variety it is, and some chard leaf. When I say sag, I pretty much cover any leafy green veg, so a sag could be chard, it could be spinach, it could be methi, also known as fenugreek leaf. So yeah, that's our sug bhaji kit. Obviously we'll add a bit of onion, a bit of ghee, some spices, and that will go with our vindaloo tonight. Okay, well, it's getting dark. So early, and I'm not looking forward to the clocks changing in a couple of weeks, but such is life. And that'll be me signing off.